So everybody, welcome back and a warm welcome. So here we have Annex 10, and today we are going to start with the initial phase, how to draw sketch and what are the basic things about the Annex. So Annex is designed, or we can say promoted by Siemens company. Here we can say that Siemens is written here. Now here, for example, here it is shown that the recent parts, whatever we have drawn in the recent, all the parts will be shown here, and this is called the quick access toolbar on the top border. From here you can apply new file, open the recent file you have already worked with. So let's start with a new file. So here a new window will open here like this, and here you will see that there are many options like model, drawing, simulation, manufacturing, and so on. So here the important part we need to focus is units. So here there are two types of units, millimeter and inches. Whatever you wanted to draw your drawings in either units, you can select it. So here I am selecting millimeter. Now we will go for the model initially, and here there are two boxes. The first one is the name, whatever name you want to give to your file you can give. Let's suppose I am giving annex part 1, and remember that the extension to this file will be p.prt. likewise in photos there are jpgs, pngs, likewise in videos mp4 are there, 3gb are there. So annex part file will be, extension will be .prt, and here where your file would be saved. So here I will choose any of the path. So let's select this pc, and here I will select any of the folder. Let's select bk. Okay, so now press ok. So here you will see that this the whole part, the open space in the gray color, is known as graphics area. Here there are three principal planes like xy, yz, and zx. Okay, and here all the three axes are shown here. In with the blue color it is a z axis, x with a red, and y with a green color. This one is known as a part navigator, or we can say feature tree. Whatever we create, whatever we add features will be added here. So first part, this is called the top border. In top border you will find different options like snap. Here are the different snaps, like you want to select the end point of any line, midpoint of any line, or you can select intersection points, circle quadrant points, and center point. So from here you can quick access your snapping points. Likewise the other options are for the zoom in, zoom out, and the pan option, rotate option. Here are the simply view, and here are the orthographic views like top view, front view. All the views will listed here, and next to it there is a display how your model will be display after 3D completion. So by default this is called top border. Here selection bar is there, whatever you want to select you can select. Like you want to filter, like only select datums, then you will click here datums, and now you will, once you will select, only datum plane will be highlighted. So the first part we are going to learn is sketch part, because in order to create any of the 3D part we need one 2D sketch. So you can either directly go from here the sketch, or you can insert it from the menu option, then insert and sketch in task environment. Now what is the difference between the upper sketch and sketch in task environment? When you go with the sketch environment you will find all the mix command, like 2D commands are also there and 3D commands will also be there. But when you select sketch in task environment you will find purely only 2D commands which are only available for drawing your 2D sketch. So now the software is asking to select any of the plane, on which plane you wanted to create your sketch. So just here there are different methods for the sketch planes. You can select existing plane. Existing planes means which are, these are the called existing planes. If you want to create a new plane, you can either create new plane from here only. So we'll create infrared and select one of the plane. So I am selecting this plane, xy plane. Now here is a sketch orientation, whether you wanted to align the reference axis. Now here reference axis my selected x. So if I wanted to align the x axis in the horizontal direction and y axis in vertical direction, so I will keep it as it is. Or if I wanted to align the x axis in vertical, then I will change it from here. So let's keep it horizontal. You can reverse the direction from here like this. So just, and yes, one more thing, there is a sketch origin. From here you can decide where your origin will be there in the sketch. So I will select this one and press OK. So as per our orientation, here you can see that x axis and y axis are there. Now from here, by default we are having profile command on. Here there is one object type and here there is a input mode. Wow, what are the difference between these two and this one? So here in the profile command, by default you can either select a line or arc. Here it is mentioned, let's cancel it. Here it is a profile command, so let's select it. Now here is, first of all we will create a line. So if you want to create it from origin, just tab 0, then tab 0. This method is only for those who are using AutoCADs and are habituated to this method. Okay, either you can go with a free drawing, like if you want to create your shape, just create it and then you can go for dimensions. So here the origin, from origin the line has been started. Now you can give length and angle. So I wanted to give length as 50 or 85 and angle 0. So I will just click here. So here you can see a line of 85 mm has been created at 0 angle. Now the profile command is still running. Now I will create one more line of 30 at a 30 angle, and the length I will keep it as 34 and tab just 30 mm. So here our line has been created. Now I will go upward and randomly click this direction. And now if I want a arc to be joined here, then I will just go with the arc command in the same profile command and I will select the endpoint. Now here as you can see that the combination of line and arc has been created with the help of profile command. Now if I wanted to exit from this profile command, you can just right click and press OK from here, or either you can press escape key from keyboard. So here your profile command is done. We have created one random profile here with the help of profile command, with the help of line and arc. Now in case, let's understand these two methods. The first one is coordinate system and the second one is parametric mode. Now what is coordinate system? When you give input with reference to your origin, that is, here it is a origin. Here you can see that the origin point will lie with the x coordinate as a 0 and y coordinate as 0. Now if you wanted to give a second point, you can just select the second point as it is. Like if you want to go with this line, then your x will be 0, your x will be 85 and your y will be 0. Just like this coordinate will show your x with 85 and plus something, this one distance, so your whole distance will be 111 in the x coordinate. Like if you will click here, you will see that around 110 your x coordinate is showing, and your y coordinate is upward direction with a positive 15 mm. So this is the coordinate method. And if you select this method, parametric mode, then your x and y will convert it into length and angle. So this is up to you how you wanted to draw how you wanted to go with the parameters. So just let's close it, and now these are called, if you will hover the mouse over the dimension, you will see that this all the dimension are weak dimension. Now how you will know weak dimension? Here you will find, notice that the dimension color of all these thing, all these four dimensions are in light gray. Now here you will see a blue color. Now this is called the strong dimension. Now how it is differentiated? So if I double click it and give proper definition, like for example I have given it 85 mm and I just close it, or let's suppose I wanted to give it 85 mm or 86 mm, let's suppose 86 mm, and then I will close it. So now you will find that this color has been changed and it turns into strong dimension. Likewise, if you want to change this dimension, just double click on it and give your input and press enter. So now it turned into strong dimension. So strong dimension means whatever the user gives a specific value is known as a strong dimension, and whatever the software creates it by default is called weak dimension. So here the 111 is given by the software itself by measuring this line, so it is called weak dimension. But when you assign some specific value to it, this will turn into strong dimension. Now let's understand another concept. So here we have created one random profile of with profile command. Now this all the dimension, if you wanted this dimension, from here you can hide and show your dimensions. Okay, if you want a particular thing you wanted to hide, you can select hide and then click on the dimension. Okay, so this dimension will get hidden. Now likewise, if you want to show any of the dimension, you can show by just reversing the process. So this was the show and hide process. Now there is one another option which is auto dimension. Now what is it? When you click on here, drop down the menu, here you will see that the continuous auto dimension is on. So let's make it off and draw one circle. Now here you will find that there are no dimension associated with the circle, and if I select the continuous auto dimension on, then here auto dimension will come. So if you want to restrict those auto dimension, you can just simply put off from here and draw your drawings and then give your dimension to it. Now let's move further. So we have, after profile command, we have, let's see the line command. So the basic difference between the profile command and line command is that when you draw line command, you will not have any of the option which creates arc, and when you select one single line, your command will automatically terminated from here. If you want another line to be created, you just need to click once again here and your line will appear like this. Now likewise in profile command, if you notice that once you create the line, your line is still running here. So this is the difference between line command and profile command. And another difference is, in profile command you will see arc, while in line command you will not see any of the arc. Another main difference between profile command and arc command is that now let's move here with the rectangle command. So here you will find there are three types of rectangle command, and this you will find in all the commands common. So let's draw the first one, that is by 2 point. This is actually called corner rectangle. So how you will draw? Just select the first point here and second point like this. So here I have created using 2 points. You can also give x and y coordinates if you wish. Now the third is by 3 point. Now what is the major difference between these two? Now in this case you can't create this rectangle with an angle. Okay, it will be created either straight in horizontal direction or in the upward direction. But if you, when you are required to create at particular angle your rectangle, then you can use the second one, this one. Now the third one is from center. So this rectangle will be created using a center point equally like this. The center point was the first point, second point was the midpoint of this side, and third point was the corner. So these are the types of rectangle. Now after that we will move towards the arc. Now where arc is generated, whether you wanted to create an arc between this one, so you will go with the center point arc, the second one, and the first one is 3 point arc. So where this 3 point arc is generally used, where there is a tangent relation between them. For example, let's draw one circle here, one more circle here like this. And now if you want any arc which is tangent to this circle as well as this circle, you can create by 3 point circle. Now you can select this one, here is the end point, and you can just give the radius to it. Now you can, with the help of constraint, we will see later on the constraint part, you can make it tangent. And the second one is the when you wanted to create it by the center point. Like if I want to create an arc between these 2 points, so select the midpoint of the center and the start point of the arc and then end point. So it will create an tangent arc. This arc is tangent with the line. So after that there is a circle. So in circle there are two methods. First one is the basic with the center and radius, and the second one is the by 3 point. Now where the 3 point will be used, for example, when you have drawing like this, let's draw one triangle with the help of profile command. Okay, so I have drawn here triangle. When there is a situation like this in which you know that the circle is inside this triangle but you don't know exactly the radius or center point, then you can directly apply like this. The first point here, the midpoint of these lines, the second point is the midpoint of second line, and the third point will be midpoint of this line. Now let's track the midpoint. Here it is, midpoint of the third line, and you will find that the circle has been created without any of the diameter or radius. So in this type of situation you are free to use this 3 point circle. Now after that there is a point. Now where the point will be used, point is generally used for the reference. For example, if I wanted some entity over here, you can just create a point and give the dimension to it, and then you can create any of the circle, any of the center rectangle from here like this. So I have created one circle with 2 mm. Let's change it to this center and the diameter one. So here you can just select the circle and just select the point and you can draw like this. So generally points are used for the reference one. Now moving forward, these are called the drawing toolbars. Okay, these tools are used or will help you to draw any of your profile. Now in this part you will see that some of the modification toolbars are there. For example, up to here you are having drawing toolbars like up to ellipse, polygon, conic and spline, this 4 and after that you will find here the modification drawing toolbar is there. Now what it will do, it will modify whatever you have drawn. For example, if you want to trim any of the line or make any copies of the particular circle or any of the entity, you can do it by with the help of this modification toolbar. Now let's see some of the remaining shape. So here we will find a studio spline. Now where it is used, when you are having some profile like curved profile, for example water jug, so it is just like this. Okay, so in this case you can use this studio spline. Now there are two type of the studio splines. One is from through points, as you can see through points it is passing. Now when you click on second method, that is by poles, so you will find the tangent pole like this. Okay, so here you can just redefine your parameters like this. You can give angle between these two poles and you can make more smoother your profile. So this was the studio spline. Now after that you will find our here polygon. Now what is the polygon? Any of the shape which is made with the help of at least 3 lines. Okay, minimum 3 lines are required in order to create polygon, and the example is triangle. Then with the 4 side you can say rectangle or square, then with the 5 side it is pentagon and so on, hexagon. Okay, so we will create, there are 2 methods inside, inscribed and circumscribed. Now what are these? In one method your polygon will be created around your circular imaginary circle, and in another method your polygon will create circumscally around your radius circle. So let's see one by one. First specify the point. For example, here I wanted to draw one of the polygon. Now here you can decide whatever you want to side, like here I am having hexagon. If I wanted to draw pentagon, I will just decrease one of the side. Now here you can see pentagon is there. Now radius, whatever radius you provide, let's suppose I wanted to draw 20 mm radius, and rotation I will keep it 0. So here one polygon has been created with the inscribed method. Now let's understand what is inscribed method. We have created one polygon with a diameter of 40 mm, that is radius 20. So let's enter 40 dia. So in inscribed method you will see that your polygon has been created circumscally outside of the circle, or you can just remember this by using inscribed, means the circle is inside the polygon, and in circumscribed the circle will be created outside of their polygon. Now let's create the same polygon with different method circumscribed. The same diameter, that is radius 20 and diameter 40 and rotation 0. And when I place it here, you will find that it is created inside the circle. So in circumscribed the circle is outside the polygon, and in inscribed the circle is inside the polygon. So these are the different methods. Now let's move on. So the next one is ellipse. Now here there are two major axes and minor axis. There are two axes, major and minor. The bigger one is called major axis and the smaller one is called minor axis. So let's create here. As you can see here, we have kept major axis to be 50 and minor to 25. So this one is the major axis. From origin it is radius 50 and minor axis is 25. Now you can, if you wanted your ellipse to incline, you can just change the degree from here. Let's suppose 30 degrees, so it will get inclined 30 degree. Okay, so it's a general ellipse. Now the last shape is the conic one. Now what is conic? So let's create it. You have seen outside your house is where the some open space is there. I mean your entrance will be like this. So here it is conic shape. Okay, your entrance would be like this. So this is the conic. Now all the drawing toolbars we have covered here. Now let's move on to modification. So first comes offset curve. Now what it does, it offset any of the curve you have selected with some specific distance. Means if you, when you have some profile, let's make some profile here. When you have profile like this, okay, and if I want the same profile at some specific distance, at that time you will use this offset curve. Now here there are curve to be selected which are going to be offset. Now there we will see selection method. If you want a single curve to be selected, just click on the single curve. When you select this, it will select a single curve. But if when you wanted to select all the connected curves, you will select this connected curves. Now in order to deselect this line, you have to just hold shift key from your keyboard and just select the line like this. So it will get deselected. Now when I have here connected curves, and if I select this one line, the whole lines connected with this line will be selected like this. So here is the distance 5 mm. If I wanted to reverse the direction, I can reverse the direction from here. Now here there is one more option, symmetric offset. In order to create the offset in both the direction, you are required to put the symmetric offset. Okay, and if you want in any of the single side, you just deselect the symmetric one. And if you want more number of copies, I mean here it is one created. If you want more than one, you can just number of copy increase. Okay, from here. And then it comes extension cap. Now what is it? Here you will find that here our sketch profile is open. So if you want to close it, if you want to put a cap over here, you can use extension cap. If you will provide extension cap, then it will create like this. If you provide any of the arc cap, it will create arc like this. Now here one more thing is that if you want to convert your input curve, that is this one, to reference, you can convert input curve to reference and then select OK. So now you can find that the input curve has been created to reference, and here the extension is arc has been done here. So this was the offset command. I hope you all got it. Now let's move. So the second one we will see mirror curve. Now what is it? Mirror curve. When there is a sketch like here, the same sketch, if you want here, okay, the same sketch you want on the right side also, just like left side. If you want the same sketch to be here right side, you just need one line here, mirror line between here. Okay, just select this line, just right click, okay, just select this line and convert it to reference from here. So it will get converted into reference. Now select the mirror curve, select all the curves you wanted to get mirror. So I will select the single one and here it is connected curve is selected, so it will select automatically all the curves connected to it. Now here center line is to be selected, where whatever you want to mirror, okay, is selected here, and about which you wanted to mirror, it is selected here. So this one will be our center line. So you will find that whatever the left side sketch was there, the right side has been created. Likewise, if you want mirror in downward direction, okay, let's just make it mirror curve, select this curve connected with this, and if you want this curve to be here, mirror at this point, then select the center line, this one, and press OK. So here you will find the mirror entity. So I hope you got the mirror curve. Now after that we will see pattern curve. So in 2D, when you select pattern, there are different types of pattern like linear, circular and general. Okay, so what it is linear? So it will make patterns linearly in the x direction and in y direction, means horizontally and vertically. So whatever you want to pattern, just select here. Let's suppose I want to pattern this conic shape. I have selected here type linear, and here you are required to put a direction in which direction you want to make pattern. So I will just select any of the horizontal line. So I want to make in this direction. Now you can reverse the direction from here if you want this side, positive side. And now here it comes count and pitch. Now what are count? The number of pattern is known as a count. Here you can see there is total 2 count, one your original one and the second is here. Now if you increase the count from here, for example I want 5 count, then it will create new 4 count and include one original count. So total 5 count has been created here. And now what is the pitch? Pitch is nothing but the distance between these two, okay, any of the two. When you increase this distance, you will notice here the gap has been increased. So now you can find that the 15 mm distance has been created between them. So how it is different from the offset command? Okay, so here we have count and span. Now what is the span? The total length here from this center to this center, the total length is known as span. So currently it is 60. If I wanted to make it 100, so it will create equally spacing 4 new count with the length of 100. Okay, so this is the difference between the pattern, linear pattern and offset curve. And the last one is the pitch and span. Means here you are required to enter the value of pitch, means distance between these two, either these two, and the total span distance. And here you have another direction. If you want this pattern in another direction, you can just select it. For example, I want in this direction, okay, in this direction slant. So here you can make it. Let's suppose I want 3 and pitch distance I will keep it 50. So here you will find that in both the direction our pattern has been created. If you don't want slant, then just deselect it. So how to deselect any of the line in annex? Just hold the shift key and press click. So it get deselected. Now I want this pattern to be exactly vertical, so I will select this line, so it will get vertical and horizontal. So this was the linear pattern. Now what is the difference between OK and apply? Now when you click on apply, it will just apply your command and continue the command, but when you press OK, it will apply your command and will cancel your command. For example, if I want linear pattern, further furthermore I want linear pattern of this circle. Okay, I wanted to make linear pattern of this circle, then I will just select the apply command. Now this window has not been closed, so I can use this one in order to pattern this one. Here I am just selecting this directions, I am reversing this direction. Okay, so now you can see that okay, direction 2, let's uncheck this direction. Now you can see that here pattern has been created. Now if I press OK, this command will execute and will close the window. So this was the difference between apply and OK. Now let's move towards the circular pattern. Select the pattern curve. Now in order to make circular pattern, I need okay, let's create here in the free space. So I will just select one circle and just select one more circle here. Okay, so I have created one circle and one more circle on the circle quadrant point. So if I want this circle to be patterned circularly on this circle, then I will go with the circular pattern. Now just select the pattern curve and make change here from linear to circular. Okay, here the same box is there, curves to pattern. In that I will select this circle, and here you are not required to select any of the direction, you are required to select the rotation point. Now about which you want rotation, so I will just select the center point of this bigger circle, and you will notice that our circular pattern has been executed. Now here the same methods are there, count and pitch means total count and distance between them, count and span. You can create here a 180 degree if you want your pattern to be in half circle. Now here it is a pitch angle, so I can increase or decrease. And one more method is that count and span. So from that, here if I want only 3 circles to be created in 180 degree, I will go with this. Okay, now if you want these 3 circles in 360 degree, it will get automatically divided 360 by 3 and will create 3 circles in 360 direction. So this was the, if you want to be at 270 degree. Now here the direction is like this. If you want to reverse it, you can just reverse like this, so it will get reversed. So this was the circular pattern. I hope you got this one. Now after that, pattern curve, mirror curve has been done. Now comes intersection curves. Now what it is, it creates an intersection curve between face and the sketch plane. So this we will see in when we will see 3D commands. Okay, now project curve is also the same one. If you want to project any of your entity or any of your profile on any of the plane, so you can use project curve, or any of your edges. If you want any of the edges to be projected on different planes, then you will use project curve. So this we will see in when we will use 3D commands. Okay, these two one. Now let's move. So what are derived lines? Derived lines are nothing but intersection lines. For example, if you want here bisector line between this line and this line, you can notice here bisecting line has been created. So derived lines are nothing but bisector lines. Now comes a quick trim. Now it is the important one. What is quick trim? It just trims your element to your closest point. Now here if you want to trim this arc, you can just hold your mouse left key button and just intersect this one. So here it will get deleted. So this is the trim command. Now after trim command, here you will find extend command. Now what is extend command? If you want to extend any of the line like this, you can extend it. But remember, for extension there is one rule. You are required to have any of your sketch here which will get intersected. For example, if you want this line to intersect, it will get intersect up to this one. But now here you will find there is no any sketch here, so this line will not get extended. Now in order to extend this line, I need some of the sketch here which will get intersect to this line. So now I can extend this line up to here. So this is called extension. After that, fillet is there. So where the fillet will be used? Fillet is used where you wanted to avoid sharp corners. For example, here between them, here it is a sharp corner is there. So in order to make fillet here, round fillet, you just need to go with the fillet command. Now here there are two methods, trim and untrim. Now what are they? In first one the corner will get trimmed, and in second one the corner will not get trimmed. So let's use first trim one. So select this two line, and you will notice here you can put any of your desired radius. Let's suppose 6 mm. So here corner gets trimmed. Now if you go with untrim, then we will find that extension line has not been trimmed. So these are the two different fillet method. Now what is chamfer? Chamfer is a slant line. So in order to create here chamfer, you are required to select two lines, and you will notice here chamfer is there. So it is called chamfer. Now here there are two different options. First one was symmetric. Now what is symmetric? Now let's understand with a rectangle. Okay, I have created one rectangle, and in order to dimension any of your entities, just click on rapid dimension, select this one and put over here. Now if you want any changes here, you can just enter your desired value. For example, here I have 6 mm. Just like that, if I wanted to give the dimension to this one, just select this one. Now here I wanted to make it 2.5 mm, just make it 2.5 mm. Okay, and in order to give dimension in angular, let's create one here. Okay, I have created one random here profile. So just go on rapid dimensions, select this line and select another line, and keep your mouse here and just select it. Now you will see that angular dimension has been visible. If I wanted to make these two lines at a 90 degree, then just press 90. So this line is normal to this second line. So you can create your dimensions here with the help of rapid dimension. Now let's get back to the chamfer. So we have seen symmetric. Now we will see asymmetric. So here I wanted to make 1 mm distance 1, and another one is, let's make it 2 mm. Okay, so the first line I select this one, and second one I will select this one. So now you will find that from this corner 1 mm is trimmed here, and from this corner horizontally the distance 2, that is 2 mm has been trimmed, and one chamfer has been created. Now another is the offset and angles. Now you will find in many drawings there is a chamfer of any some length with degree like 60, 30, 45. Okay, so just in that case you are required to use this one. So this one is at 1 distance and 60 angle. So I hope you got the chamfer. Now let's understand what is the next one. The next one is the make corner. Now what is it? It will just make corner. For example, here you have one line passing through it. Okay, intersecting at point here. Now if you want a complete corner here, okay, if you want this side and this side, then this line will get trimmed. Okay, likewise here one intersection point is there. If you want this lower side and you wanted to trim upper side, then select at lower side and it will make a corner point. So this was the corner. Now if we go beyond this, then there is a one move curve is there. So what is it? When you wanted to move any of your entity, okay, I will select move curve, then select this line, single curve, and here you will find different options to move. For example, if you wanted to move with respect to distance and angle, both if you want to move horizontally in x-axis and with respect to some angle, then you will select this one, distance angle. If you want any movement with respect to only distance, then you will select this distance. Likewise, you can select point to point. In this case, you are required to give 2 points. Now let's see. Here you have a distance. Let's suppose I wanted to 5 mm and at an angle of 30. So here you will notice that this line has been moved here, this line has been moved here with distance 5 and angle 30. Okay, now here one more option is there. All the relations are maintained here. Okay, settings, in this case all the relations are maintained here. If you don't want your relation to be maintained, just select here maintain. Okay, then it will maintain the size. Now just deselect it and you will see one circle here, so you will get better understanding. So I made one circle. After that we will use here move curve, select this circle, and here I will input 5 mm and angle 30. So now you will notice that at 5 mm distance and at 30 angle, this circle gets moved from here till here. Now the second one is distance, angle, and distance between points. If you want this one, you can simply select the origin point, that is this one, measurement point, the same point I will select, and I will specify vector. Now I need distance, so let's make it 5. So we will see that from here 5 distance has been showed here. So I need to select the curve and then I will select apply. So here the method has been shown. For example, if you want to move from point to point, then select the curve. Let's select this curve, and I wanted to move from this point and put it at the end of this line, then this circle will get moved at this point. So there are different methods here of the motion. You can use either rotate by 3 points, align to any axis, or dynamic. In dynamic you are required to provide all the parameters like x, y and z. So here you can dynamically move. Let's select this curve. Now here you will find x, y and z. Okay, this will get rotated, and if you want to move in this direction, you can put it over here. So in all the direction you can move. So this was the move curve. After that comes offset move curve. Now what is the difference between offset curve and offset move curve? It will totally offset the entity, and also at the same time it will get moved. For example, I wanted to offset this curve at 3. It will get offset at 3 and it will particularly move also. So this original object will get moved here. When I apply here, see. Now after that we are having resize curve. So resize curve is generally used to resize your we can say fillet. So where was the fillet I have made? I think somewhere here. So here, from here you can resize it. Just select this one. Now here you will notice that any of the line or any of the different lines will not get selected, only the curve will be selected. Now if you want this diameter to be 15, you can just apply it 15, and now it will get automatically stretched and will uh, put a diameter of 15 mm. So this was for the resize curve. Likewise, there is an option to resize chamfer. Now what is it? It will resize just chamfer. Now where is our chamfer? We have made somewhere here. So now you can resize any of your chamfer, but remember that the chamfer would be resized when it is a symmetric chamfer. Okay, so it will create the 30-30 distance from both the sides. Okay, we have created here one symmetric, so it get resized. Now after that there is one option of delete curve. Now what is delete curve? It will delete the curve. For example, I wanted to delete this curve, it will delete the curve and make your another curve extend and close it. So in other words, it will not completely delete this curve, but it will get delete and make the object closed. Okay, likewise this. For example, if I want to delete this circle, I can't delete this circle because it is not a part of this circle. Okay, so this is the difference you will find here in delete curve. It is not a trim curve, it is delete curve. Now likewise, if I create here profile like this, for example, I am creating profile over here. Okay, I just created here one profile, and if I want any of the line to get deleted, it will remove the curve and will close the our sketch. For example, if I want to move this one, I want to delete this one, it will not get deleted because neighbors cannot adapt to close void. Means here a close void will be created and it will not allow to create any of the close void. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and up till here we have covered mainly the sketch toolbars and the modification toolbars. Now in next we will cover this geometrical constraint. Now what are these geometric constraint? Now these are called constraint. Okay, this is the parallel constraint you can see here. Likewise, I have made pattern here, so this is also kind of a circular pattern constraint. And whether where line is exactly horizontal or vertical, you will find here from constraint. This constraint is of horizontal, this constraint of vertical. So we will cover this in next. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this lecture, and also please give feedback to us if there is any requirement to improve. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.